Just don't find a plate, man. Just don't find a plate. Guess what? He's gonna kill me. Another awesome adventure today. I'm with Mr. Mike of Gr8Finds.
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
Back.
And he invited me out to one of his little spots where he's found some good stuff, he says.
Yeah.
And we're searching around. We just got here a few minutes ago. Yeah. I have something. A little clump of dirt. It's my first target that might be good. I've got a couple pieces of junk. Thought we'd look at it together. All right, what do you think, Mike? Is it just a little doodad or?
Oh man, I hope it's not just wire.
I thought it was a pull tab. I saw that, but yeah, it's just a piece of wire.
It's old copper wire.
All right, now the thing about copper wire though is they had it during the Civil War. Okay. They had stuff like that. I mean, that could
from the camp
be civil. This almost, you know what? This looks like a top too. They had these on those bottles.
Oh yeah,
bottles with those. Yeah, I wonder if that's what that is. I bet it is.
The stopper that goes in the top.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. That's what that looks like.
Yeah.
Some of them had a piece of porcelain on them.
Right, and you found like a 1917
Walking Liberty.
Yeah, right nearby, and that would date to about that age. So.
Yep. And I found a script eye Confederate Civil War button out here too. While we're out here, we're hoping to get some more. So.
All right. Well, at least you left a little bit for us to find today.
A little wire.
Yeah. Well, we just got here though. All right.
Going, yep.
Yeah. We're gonna keep at it.
Yep.
Had a nice deep signal here. Couldn't tell if it was iron or not. I'm in all metal. But I got it out of the hole and it's ringing up now on the meter right in here. Has non-ferrous, so it might be shotgun shell. It's not big, I don't think. Oh, it's in my hand. Let's see, do you see it? It's right there. You see a little bit of an edge. Got some roundness to it. Uh-oh. Oh, it's a pull tab.
Oh my God.
Mike, this place is trashy. I'm not gonna complain about that, trust me. So I had a nice chunk of iron nice chunk of iron, a nice iron signal there. Mike said that, you know, he's been finding drop bullets, so I went in and dug it, and it's a broken horseshoe. Not a real big one, it's probably not a plow horse, but this field is loaded with rocks. It's kind of hard to dig, although I shouldn't complain. It's got another big irony signal there, so I went ahead and dug it, and it's a big square nail, like a spike, which is a good sign. I'll keep digging some of that's bigger iron like this to see if they're gun tools from the Civil War, like musket tools. So I'll probably dig 4, 5, 6 more of these just to see if one pops up, and if it does, then we will keep hammering the iron stuff. Big old square nail. Now this might be an interesting one. I'm in all metal. Oh, by the way, I'm using the Gr8 Max. I'm in all metal mode right now, maximum sensitivity, already ground balance, but I had a sound here, but it was too deep for the discriminator to work. So I took a little bit off the top, and now it's starting to sound pretty good, or look pretty good. I'm really looking at the meter. The signal, the sound will be pretty much the same between iron and non-iron, but it's jumping up on the meter, so I'm suspecting we're going to get something out of this hole. That's not a nail. I'm going to turn you off because see all these rocks? It's really hard to dig in here and it takes a while. And just a little natural history lesson for you. Anytime you're in a field or wood and you find these kind of rocks that are rounded off like that, like all these are, what that means is that where you're standing was once a river bed. Could have been 1 million years ago, could have been 50 million years ago, could have been 5,000 years ago, but it was a riverbed. Doesn't matter if it's on top of a mountain, doesn't matter. That roundness on the rocks like that is the physical manifestation of rolling around on the bottom of a riverbed and just tumbling. It's like a tumbler. Just like you go into a river now and you'll see the round rocks. That's pretty much the only way you get that effect like that on the rocks. So I took a little more out, and that looks like iron right there. I hope it, I think it might be iron. No, I was pretty sure this was going to be non-ferrous, but I think it's going to probably be a big old spike or a horseshoe. Looks kind of squarish, so it's probably nail, not part of a ramrod. A lot of times you'll find broken up pieces of ramrod, but they're round. So Mike just gave me a holler and said, hey, and waved me over. And the deal we had was that if one of us found something good, like Civil War era or coin or something, that would call the other person over to take a look at it. At least the first time. So let's go see what he got. Plus I can sneak in closer to him. Oh, you don't have it out yet?
It's on the ground.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me set this stuff down. I don't want to get too close to him.
See if you can find it there.
Oh, just looking from here?
Do a sight.
Oh, that's easy.
You see it already.
Easy P. Oh, yeah. It's right there. Yeah.
Where's it at?
Right there.
Right there.
I can see it's a bullet. Awesome, man.
See if it's a gardener or a three ringer.
Is it?
Yeah, I nicked it a little
Three
bit.
ringer? Yeah.
That's a bad thing about this rocky soil.
Yeah.
You kind of have to, you can't really make a good plug, so you're risking hitting them because they're really, I mean, look at the stuff we're dealing with. They're like potatoes. But they're not.
There are potatoes. I might be having some lunch out here, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. Here's an interesting signal here. I'm going to share this with you because it almost walked away from it. I got a decent signal right down there, and I kicked all the dirt back and kind of scraped it back off the top, and it turned into like an iron signal. You see that 24 signal? You see that's the iron range and iron. So I covered it back up, almost walked away, but just to the side is another signal. There's another signal right there. That is what I originally heard. So let's go ahead and try it. I'll take one scoop off with the camera on. And then, there we go. Yeah, that probably got it. Let's see, put a little away from that piece of iron that we just heard. Now, still in a hole, so. That sounds really good though. I'm gonna set you up. I think I put you too close. I can't get that rock out of there. All right, let's see what we got. I'm gonna have to move you. So whatever it is pretty small and it's in here. And I haven't actually looked at the meter to see if it's reading like iron or not. Is that it right there? I think it's an onion. Yeah, it's an onion. Or field garlic. Okay, not on that one. Oh, what's that? That looks like the base to a shotgun shell if I had to guess. Got that round shape to it, but it's crumbly, so that's probably the cardboard, and that looks like the primer. So that's exactly what that is. That's just the very inner portion of a shotgun shell base. Sounded good. That's about what a button would sound like. So just a few feet away from that last shotgun shell, and I got another. Got to dig them though, because these sound like buttons. So it's nice 2-piece, 3-piece Civil War buttons. Very similar signal. Got a nice little signal here. It's not quite a little bit lower than I'd like for a bullet, but I think we'll. It's not very deep, at least. So I got it out of the hole. Mike just dug a shotgun shell where he is standing, and so this is probably what this is. It's a little too low for a bullet, I think. Oh, I don't know. Looky, might be the outline of a bullet. What is it? It's aluminum. No, Mike, this place is full of junk. I have to pick on him a little bit. This is an interesting little item here. I just dug. It was I knew it was small. I thought it might be like part of a shotgun shell, but if you turn it over, it looks like it might be a piece of typeset for like a press, printing press of some sort. Could be totally wrong on that. That looks like it's almost part of a letter. Military use these, like headquarters camps when they're making stamps and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's what that's going to be. Could be wrong though. We'll take a closer look at it a little bit later. All right, so we have a little something in this clod of dirt. It's not very big, so I'm not hopeful as far as a bullet or anything like that, but I'm hoping. Oh, I had to pull something apart there on the bottom. I can feel. Oh no. Mike, this place is full of junk. Small little squeaker here, but it is just a 22 cartridge casing for it. It's been fired probably. Yeah, you can see a little ding on the side. So that's just a fired 22 bullet. They did have these during the Civil War. I don't know if they looked exactly like that, but they had very small caliber, 22 caliber pistols. So you never know for sure. So you clean it up and take a good look at it. I just dug this little interesting piece of brassy, coppery stuff. Don't know what it is or if I'll ever be. Oh yeah, I think I know what that is. It almost looks, I could be wrong, but it almost looks like a Burnside cartridge that's been crushed. Probably not. It's not quite pointy enough, but it's about the right look though. About the right look and patina for a cartridge from the Civil War era. If it's got a little pinhole in the bottom, that's what it is. And if it doesn't, that's what it isn't. It's a nice little signal here, and I dug down and I got a little bit excited because I could see it was roundish, but I'm noticing now that it's also dissolved. So that's telling me that's a zinc penny. That's a modern penny. That's almost dissolved away. Yeah, there you go. You can see the memorial on the back, but it's almost dissolved away from being out in this field. Pretty sad, huh? A little squeaker there, and I dug it. Well, it wasn't really a squeaker because it's an all metal, but it rang up a little. And it's a back to a button, probably Civil War era. That's a shank right there, but I'm 99% sure the front's gone. They rot away pretty quick. Let's see. Yeah, that's just dirt there. So that could have been a really cool button, you know, Confederate button or something, but it could be just a little eagle button too. It's really hard to say when that's all you have, unless you have a back mark on it and you can look it up. But it's definitely Civil War, you know, it's off of a Civil War soldier's uniform for sure. A military button. I don't think we're too far from where Mike said he found a script I, which is a Confederate infantry button. Not a bad sign. Could be another one here. I have a nice little target in this clump. I think that might be it right there. It might be like part of a bullet, maybe a round ball or something, or that could also be a I'm gonna take my headphone off. Yeah, it looks like a little bullet, doesn't it? Let's see. Let's look together. Is it? Oh no. Yeah, all right. So that's what it is. I don't know if it's a bullet. Looks pewtery. Yeah, okay. That's going to be a round ball, isn't it? This is going to be like a round, probably a musket ball. It's got not pure lead. It's kind of crumbly, but you know, Confederate bullets, especially you know, a little bit later in the war, this was probably in the 63 camp, didn't have good lead necessarily. So yeah, that's a nice little round ball right there. Musket ball of some sort. I guess it could be a pistol ball too, but it's a bullet. Makes me happy. A nice little signal here, and it turns out to be, I do believe, yeah, for sure, it's a fired modern bullet. You can see the round part right there, small caliber. This is copper jacketed. The lead is missing from the inside. So this was probably a very high velocity small caliber bullet, like maybe a 17B or something like that. It's really small, smaller than a 22. Gave a great signal though because of that copper on the outside. Now this is an interesting little find right here. This is a piece of lead, and I believe it is going to be like a musket ball or a pistol ball bullet that's been cut in half. So that tells me that a soldier was sitting right here playing around and he cut a musket ball in half for whatever reason. So this is a really good spot to check around. Make a 20-30 foot circle and see if he dropped some more stuff. I bet he did. So here's another piece of lead not far from where I found that cut musket ball. I don't think it's melted, but that's a good sign right there. There was definitely something going on right where we're at. I just dug this little thing, a little doodad. I think it looks almost like brass, but it's just a chunk of it. So I'm not sure what's going on with this. Brass or bronze, like a big old heavy chunk. It's not melted, it's smashed. Maybe it's part of a barrel to a Napoleon cannon, a little piece of it, huh? Maybe one exploded here. It's actually quite unusual to find stuff like this over here in America. At least I don't find much like this. It's common over in Europe, but I don't know. Not sure what that is. Really heavy, quite thick. A really nice signal right here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it's right around 80. That's going to be something good, I do believe. It's not going to be a shotgun shell. I think it's going to be something sweet. Could be a bullet. Should be right in front of that rock. And not too deep. It's hard to, oh no. There it is, whatever it is. It's brassy. It's looking almost like a modern electrical thing from here. They find them along railroads. And that's what it is. Yep. Okay. Not exactly sure what these are, but I find these along railroads a lot. Like I said, there's one not too far from here. But it's brassy. It's nice heavy brass, so it sounds really good. I promise I won't get this excited next time until we see the shine of gold, okay? Been out with Mike a few times, and 2 of the times I've been out with him, I found belt buckles. And funny, when we're driving up here today, Mike rode with me, and he said, "Just don't find a plate, man. Just don't find a plate." Guess what? He's gonna kill me. I found a plate. This is a very, very ratty U.S. belt buckle. U and an S, and unfortunately I hit it. But it is a 100% a belt buckle. Now, I didn't cause all that damage. I just caused that damage right there. That's a puppy paws. The 2 hooks that go into leather, and that's not 3rd hook that goes into leather. But yeah, that's a U.S. belt buckle. Thing is, this is mostly a Confederate camp, as far as we can tell, because the only button we found for sure is Confederate button, and the bullets have been Confederate, but that's definitely a U.S. belt buckle.
Some of the lead's still in there, and like I told him, it's amazing that, and you got the most important parts, the U.S. and your hardware.
Yeah, yeah.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Doesn't look fired.
Yeah,
I think
well,
it's been,
smooth bore. So if you hit a tree with that, that's kind of what I think so. Yeah.
That's the same spot I've been finding them where you were getting the brass pieces.
I mean, that could be 100 years before the Civil War, but I think it's just probably fired into like a tree or something. Oh, nice.
That was out by the tracks.
Yeah.
Like,
you know what they are?
it's like a shooter marble? No.
That's how they used to transport glass.
Oh,
that
really?
type of glass back in the day.
Back by the railroad track.
Yeah, it's probably more. They'd have whole train cars of these.
How old would that be?
I don't know.
Not 20s?
Yeah, I think
20s,
so.
30s,
Yeah.
okay.
But that's the way they did it. They would make balls so it would flow. What?
Nice.
All right.
There we
Got a
go.
gardener bullet. Sweet. Enough talking. Let's get back to digging. Yeah, that's pretty cool, Mike. I haven't found those since I was a kid.
Okay.
Those are pretty neat.
All right, Drew. Chig got the plate. Congrats, Drew. Yeah, it's good
Oh,
job, buddy.
nice.
Maybe 25, 30 feet up. You got that plate. Good job.
Mind if I bottom feed?
Bottom feet all day long.
That's pretty awesome. Nice signal there.
Oh, uh-oh.
Very loud and very shallow.
Could be another piece of one.
Could be.
This time it could be a CS.
Oh, yeah. See any Coke cans? Coke can.
Well, just like a plate.
Yeah, sounded pretty good. All right, guys, I guess we're going to call it quits. You did pretty good, didn't you? Yeah. He's only here for like a 10th of the day. Check it out.
Gardner.
Nice bullet there and a beautiful coin.
Strike bust.
Yeah. So what do you think it dates to?
It's 1801. I can
1801.
Yeah, I can see the 801.
Sweet. Congratulations.
I'm
Hey,
happy.
thanks a lot, Mike. I really appreciate you inviting me out and inviting Drew. Good to see Drew again.
Yeah,
Haven't seen him in a
good
while.
Yep.
Most
Get out and do it
awesome,
again.
my friends.
Take care.
Be my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't